So even though we go through the peri stage of menopause, we'll have the symptoms and we can feel the changes coming through, and it becomes a gradual process. And then we are in the thick of it. We are in this whirlpool of emotions. We are in the whirlpool of not understanding what's going on with our body. But as soon as we actually understand what is going on and educating ourselves on what changes are happening to us and finding that we can manage it, that we can reduce it. And these are, when you're in that stages, when you're in the stages of mood swings, of becoming a different person 1 minute, and then you're suddenly calm the next, and people don't know how to take you, and you've gone through this whole bleak moment, it becomes just a blur sometimes because you can't understand why you're feeling so triggered one instance and then you're calm, cool, collected and happy in the afternoon. And so when we go through those waves and it's constant for months on end, and then we've got that to deal with, and then we have the weight changes where we can't understand why we're still running, we're still training, yet weight's just piling on. And our whole attitude of how we used to be calm about things that didn't bother us, and then now it bothers us to no end. And there's a whole range of symptoms. We can be from so many different personalities, but that's not us. And we know that it's not us. And people that know us suddenly start to drop off. Our families start to become a bit distant with us. Our friends become a little bit distant to us. We become reclusive. We don't want to go out. We don't want to socialise. We tend to stay home because it's easier. And it's easier to stay in our own negative thoughts. But let me tell you, it doesn't have to be like that. When we come out of it in the other end, we actually can feel differently. And in that time frame of when we're actually feeling all those symptoms and changes, the knowledge is the key. Understanding those symptoms, understanding the changes, and we have to actually talk about it more. Talk about it to our families, talk about it to our friends, and just tell them, it's nothing to be embarrassed about. And the way I would really help you in 2 instances is ask for help. It is not a disease. It is not something to be embarrassed about. And the second thing is to look at the alternatives. Hypnotherapy is been one of the major fundamental, natural, safe ways to calm the mind down, understand unconsciously different perspective of how you look at yourself, of how you can manage the symptoms. And it's all about managing the symptoms, because when you're not overwhelmed, when you're not overthinking how things are, how things would be, it changes your whole perspective on life.